Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks for Sunday, May 19th. It's about 8 in the morning here, California time. Um, let's start, as always, by reviewing our picks from yesterday. So, of our main line, money line, and totals picks, we only had one pick yesterday. It was the Rangers and the Angels over 8.5. Did not hit. I think it was a 3-2 game, so took a loss there, and that puts us at basically dead even, down 0.01 units for the year across the money line and totals models. Um, on the spreads, we had 3 bets, and we we're 0 for 3, so kind of a rough day there, and that knocks us down on the spreads model to being up just 0.43 units. So not a great day overall, but let's look forward to what we got on tap for today. Um, money line, here is our full slate of games. I think there's one game that still doesn't have a pitcher, possibly. Um, but here's the list of the probabilities. Again, usual caveats: if a pitcher doesn't have a lot of history, you don't want to trust that prediction so much. So we put it through some filters to see which ones might have odds good enough to bet on. And first game it says to look at of the home games is the Twins at the Guardians. It's saying look at the Guardians if you could get them at plus 103. Pinnacle showing minus 107. So let's just take a peek. Twins Guardians, we want to get 103. Click over to the money lines. Twins Guardians in the American League. And yeah, you see we're not getting plus anything anywhere, actually, on either team. So it doesn't look like we're going to find a bet there. Next up, Mariners Orioles. It's saying to take the Mariners if you can get them at 131, with Pinnacle showing 127. So we might be able to find something there. Let's take a look. Mariners, can we get the Mariners for 131? Right over here. And yeah, you see Circa has them at 134. Or South Point has them at 135, so even better. So we'll take the Mariners plus 135. Over here and say Mariners plus 135. Next up, Nationals Phillies. Likes the Phillies if you can get them. Likes the Nationals if you can get them at 220. So again, thinks the Nationals are a big underdog, but maybe not as big as the line suggests. So if you can get them at 220, says it's good value. So let's take a look. Phillies, Nationals. Not getting 220 on the Nationals. Get as high as 203, 205 at Caesars, but not getting 220. So we will not take a bet there. Next up, White Sox Yankees. Again, says it agrees that the White Sox are a huge underdog, but says if you can get them at 290, which is kind of a stretch, where Pinnacle showing 264. They say at 290 it's worth a bet. So let's take a look. Unlikely, but 290. You see, we get 260. That's the best we're getting here. So, or 264 actually, 264, but still not close to the 290 the model's asking for. So we won't take a bet there. And then finally, Tigers, Diamondbacks, saying take the Tigers if you can get 156, which again is probably a little bit of a stretch. But let's take a look. Tigers, Diamondbacks. Yeah, and it looks like the best we got on the Tigers is 136 over here. And it's asking for 156, so we're not going to get that. So it looks like money lines are just going to have the one bet, the Mariners plus 135. Yeah. So next up, let's move to our totals model. Here's the list of games and the probabilities that the model has calculated. And it's telling us to look at 5 overs. So first is again that Orioles Mariners game. It likes the over 7 at minus 108, which seems to be just what it's showing. So let's take a look and see what we got there. So Mariners over 7. Oh wow, things have just moved. Let me just click in and have a look. So the 7 over. It's bounced around, but it just made a big move. A lot of money's actually coming in on the under, so it's giving us better odds on the over. So we're gonna follow the model, and it's saying take a 7 over 102 here at Circa. Looks good. So because it's saying take the 7 over even at minus 108, so we're getting plus 102, so that's pretty good. So we're gonna take that Mariners Orioles over. Mariners Orioles over 7 at plus 102. Oh wow, just jumped to 105, but I already wrote it down, so I won't take that. So I want to know now whether there's been some breaking news, because everybody's moving their line. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but we did what we did. Next up, Phillies Nationals says take the over 7.5, basically at minus 110. Phillies Nationals is up here, and looks like we can get minus 108 here. Oh, minus 105 at South Point. So we'll do that. Phillies Nationals over 7.5 at minus 105. Or Nationals, I think. Nationals. Phillies over 7.5 at minus 105 here at South Point. Okay. Next up, Cubs Pirates. And hold on one second. Let me just check one thing. Cubs Pirates. It wants us over 7. I'm just looking. I'm surprised that this is a big number. So this always makes me a little nervous if I see a number seems sort of too good to be true. So let's just checking a couple things to see if it made any mistakes or if it was an unknown pitcher. But it doesn't seem to be. So let's go ahead and say Cubs Pirates over 7. And it's basically saying, yeah, anything better than minus 147, it likes the over 7. So that's interesting. Cubs Pirates, so what do we got? Over 7, we can get minus 115. So so let's do that. Let's do that. Looks like that line might be moving also. But we'll do that. Cubs Pirates over 7 minus 115. Cubs Pirates over 7 minus 115. Okay, and then finally Diamondbacks and Tigers over 8.5. Wants 106 though, so that seems like a stretch, but let's just have a look. Diamondbacks Tigers over 8.5, and it's all negative ones, right? So we're not gonna find a bet there. So it looks like we got a few money line bets though. We got 3. And now moving over to the spreads model. Now on the spreads, here's our full list of spreads. And I actually did not find anything that was even close enough to consider betting on. So we didn't have any action on the spreads. Here's the full set of numbers for people who are interested in looking at them. Home spread win probabilities, and then the away spread win probabilities. So it doesn't look like we'll have any bets on the spread. So it looks like today we've got one money line bet. It's the Mariners plus 135, and then three totals bets. Over 7 on the Orioles Mariners plus 102, over 7.5 on the Phillies Nationals minus 105, and over 7 on the Cubs Pirates minus 115. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.